Fin the shadowed heart of Seoul, whispered names carried weight. And none carried more than Kim Tae-young, the 24-year-old Mafia king, who ruled the city's underworld with cold fury and iron fists. Ruthless, brilliant, and terrifying, Tae-young was a name people didn't dare speak unless they wanted to vanish.
But in a hidden mansion atop a guarded hill, someone dared to scream his name all day long. A nickname, actually. Ini. Tae-yi. A tiny figure with messy braids and pink tiger pajamas burst into his study, dragging a sketchbook and a plate of burnt cookies. Her name was Ini, and she was 9 years old. She was the only living soul who had no fear of Mafia King Kim Tae-young, and the only one he couldn't bring himself to silence. Tae-young. Kim Ini, he growled, not looking up from his files. Thyung. What did I tell you about barging in? His face is expressionless. Ini. You said don't. She chirped, hopping onto his massive desk. Ini. But I made cookies and you have to try them. I drew you as a tiger too. Wanna see? She said happily, not caring about any disturbance she created. He sighed deeply, rubbing his temple as his men hulking beasts in suits stood awkwardly by the door, afraid to breathe wrong. Thyung slowly raised his icy eyes to meet hers. Tae-young. I'm working now, he said, totally ignoring the doe eyes. Ini. You're always working, she pouted, thrusting the sketchbook into his lap. Why? Even lions need playtime, she whispered, trying to sound sad. Tae. Yung raised his brows, looking at her. Tae. You know, cuckoo never said no to me, not my repuses. She looks at him. Tae-young. Repices what? He asked with a frown, as this new word is totally out of his dictionary. Ini. Oh God, repices Tae. She clapped her head, closing parenthesis. Thyung. Think for a second, then Thyung. You mean recipe? He asked, closing parenthesis. Ynee. Yeah, now you understood. She raised her brows and shook her head, making Tae-young roll his eyes. He glanced at the childish drawing. It was crude, messy, and utterly ridiculous. The tiger had his signature scar over the brow, wearing a crown and frowning like the world owed him something. His lips twitched. Thyung. I'm not smiling, he said gruffly. Ini sighed dramatically. Ynie. All right, I pretend I didn't see anything. Neither your little boxy smile. She walked towards Tae-young, holding her book and cookies. Ynie. Come on, Tae, taste them, I know. You're craving for tasty cookies made by me, she said proudly. Tae-young. Oh please, I was never crave for them. He dramatically rolls his eyes, closing parenthesis. Ynie. Your heart is, she whispered, peeking at him with knowing eyes. No one knew how this girl came into his care, not even his closest men. Some said she was the daughter of a rival he crushed. Others whispered she was his only weakness. But no one dared ask, because they all saw what happened to the last man who tried. In truth, Ini was his sister, the only family he had left after their parents were assassinated by the very men he had buried deep in the Han River. Thyung had been 17 when he took the throne of the criminal world. He'd sent Ini away to live a quiet life, far from blood and bullets. But fate didn't agree. She was kidnapped at 6, used as bait to get to him. They failed. He burned 3 safe houses and ended 2 gangs that day. When he found her, bruised and frightened, curled up in a cold basement. Something inside him shattered and rebuilt into something even darker. He brought her home since then. The king of Korea's underworld had one rule: no one touches Kim In-hee. No one even looks at her wrong. Kim In-hee, of course, had other plans, like feeding his trained killers cupcakes, painting the marble halls with glow-in-the-dark stars, and convincing the most feared man in the country to braid her hair at night. She had no idea how dangerous the world around her was. And Kim Tae-young will make sure that she would never get any. He planned to keep it that way. But Danger had other ideas. One night, an explosion rocked the estate. Tae-young burst into In-hee's room only to find her gone. Her stuffed bunny left behind on the floor. That night, the entire city went dark. And the Kim Tae-young, a tiger king of Korea, unleashed hell.